Hello everyone, it's Ray. Much of what people seem to get the most enraged about these days misses the mark of sensibility. An admitted political junkie, I enjoy reading newspapers and watching programming from the left and from the right. Despite assertions to the contrary by some media outlets, there is no media that is straight down the middle. My primary interest in absorbing all of this information is to ascertain the truth, and that cannot be accomplished by exposure to a single-minded view of the world. No party enjoys losing an election. I get it. What I don't get are the lengths to which advocates and opponents of President Obama will go to skew current events in their own image. I'm a registered Democrat, and I usually, but not always, vote the party line. Democratic principles, if not the actual candidates, resonate with me. On social issues, I'm a liberal, and I make no apologies for that. In fact, the more progressive the social agenda, the better. As I mentioned in one of my vlogs last year, liberals love people. Scoff if you wish, as that would be the expected response in this political climate, but I believe it to be true. The central problem, and I recognize that there are many, is the absence of civility. There is no civility in discourse, conduct, or opposition. You either agree with me, or you're crazy. If this is your view, it follows that the ideas of crazy people need not be respected. If I don't respect you, I feel emboldened to mock you, suspect your motives, chastise your every utterance, or shout you down at a town hall meeting, none of which gets us any closer to solving the problem. This is the tragedy of the Uncivil Union. I grew up in New York, a tough town, so I'm no panty waist who expects everyone to break into a chorus of Kumbaya. I'm well versed in the fractious pace of the city, flipping or getting flipped a bird, pushing and shoving on the subway, angry tones, and distrust of strangers. Incivility is woven into the fabric of day-to-day living in the Big Apple. But we're not trying to catch a cab here. The decisions that we make during these difficult times should be geared towards securing the future of this country. There is no room for petty ideological bickering in this decision-making process. Whatever your political views, it is certain that we are bombarded by a senseless stream of diversionary news. But the media is not the sole culprit, as everyone feeds into it. Politicians, lobbyists, and us, the consumers. We have real problems. 2 wars, high unemployment, staggering economy, too many uninsured Americans, and the ever-present fear of terrorism. Wasting time going over the last presidential election or looking forward to the next one in 3 years does nothing to solve any of these problems. And pointing an accusatory finger at every action of the prior administration's 8-year tenure gets us nowhere. What should we do about our problems? I do not pretend to know the answers, but like everyone, I have my views. We don't have to agree on the decisions that will be made to address these problems, but we will ultimately be united in the consequences of those decisions. Be well.
Beer in the air,